Hey all, Birds on the Bat here. So I've got something kind of different today. I actually have a PSA return that came in this afternoon that I'm really excited to share with all of you. But I've actually got a few other things I want to show off too. So let's start off with a couple purchases that I've made in the past few weeks. A couple PSA graded cards. First one is 1969 Topps White Wilhelm in a mint 9. Now this card's kind of a random purchase. It may have been a little bit of an impulse buy. It wasn't very expensive. I think $45. But you can see it's an absolutely gorgeous card. Oh, I mean, Hoyt's teeth are somewhat suspect, but this is, I'm collecting the 69 set, albeit slowly. I've got a lot of the 69 cards already that I've shown off in other videos. So I just went ahead and picked this up. It was really cheap, and at a mint 9 of a Hall of Fame card from the 1960s, I just thought that the value at $45 was just absolutely beneath where it should be. So, even as a reliever. And the second card I got was a Gem 10 2010 Topps John Smoltz. So, this card is one that I've been looking for like 8 or 9 months now. And I keep looking for the 10. I want the 10. I figure for a card from 2010, it should be a 10. So it's a card that I've been looking for about 8 or 9 months at this point, and I kept finding them where they were too off center to be a 10, in my opinion, or the price was a little too high, maybe 35 or something. And then this one finally popped up with 4 sharp corners for $22, and I said, I'm just gonna take it at that point because this is John Smoltz's only Cardinals card, and only base Topps Cardinals card. He had a Heritage and a few others, but I kind of have a goal that I want to collect the base Topps cards of all of the Hall of Famers that play for St. Louis, including those that were there only for a year, 2 years, half a year, and the list isn't actually that long. John Smoltz, he was there for half of 2009 after being traded from the Red Sox. Larry Walker, Dennis Eckersley, just to name a few, who had short stints in St. Louis. But this is John Smoltz's only base Topps card in the Cardinals uniform. So it's been one that I've been looking for a while. I figured it was just more affordable for me to pick it up into 10 rather than to try and grade one myself, just because, these cards are 11 years old at this point. What's the chance that I'm going to, get an actual gem mint copy and grade it and use them, spend my money on grading and get what I'm looking for out of the process. I just figured it's a better move to just straight up buy it, and it's a beautiful card. I mean, I'm absolutely thrilled at the purchase. Okay, and now on to more of the real reason for the video, which is my PSA return. And here it is. Now, those of you who watch my channel, you must be thinking, what is that? That's not a card. Well, no, it's not. This is a ticket submission. And no, I don't really collect tickets. I don't have a ticket collection. I just keep the tickets from any sporting game that I go to, right? And it's just something I've always done. I'm kind of a pack rat. I think a lot of us probably are, right? We're collectors. I keep a ton of stuff from whenever I go to sports games, whether it be, pocket schedules, all-star game ballots, flyers, tickets, you name it, I've kept it. And I have a ton of it over on a shelf. If you want to make me see, want to see what I've got in another video, I've got some pretty cool stuff. Some stuff related to Ichiro's 3,000th hit, for instance. It's a pretty wide array of things. So if you want to see that in another video, let me know down in the comments, and I'll make another one kind of showing off all the things that I've accumulated from sporting events I've gone to over the years. But one of the easiest, things to accumulate is tickets, right? Because you get them at every game. And I just kind of kept tickets just because I think it's an easy way to keep track of what games I've gone to. I can check the box score. It can, it brings me back to the event. I can remember the day. And it's just a nice way to, remember things. So typically, when I've collected tickets, this is kind of how, it looks. My pile of tickets here. Just massive pile of tickets. Most of these are, spring training or, Marlins games. A lot of these are flyers and things of the sort. Right, just receipts and things that aren't actually, tickets themselves. But been to quite a few events. I've been lucky enough to get to go to quite a few events, And, a few years back, I went to a Miami Heat game, which that brings into crystallization this beautiful Sports Illustrated cover. I'm from Miami. I'm a Miami Heat fan. And when the Big Three got together in the summer of 2010, it was one of the happiest moments of my fandom. They went on to win 2 titles, go to 4 straight finals. LeBron James, second best player ever. Dwayne Wade, the face of the Miami Heat, and Chris Bosh, future Hall of Famer. He should have gotten this past year, but we'll have to wait another year. Anyway, so I went to a few games during their tenure. They're always really expensive, as I'm sure you might have, predicted. So usually when I did go, I had to go to see lesser opponents. But one of the days I went to a Bobcats Heat game, just a random game in the middle of March. The Bobcats were really at the bottom of the league at this point. They had Al Jefferson at the time. I remember Kemba Walker. That was kind of their big two. But I went to this game with a few family friends, and through 2 quarters, at the halftime of the game, I think LeBron had 24 points. And at that point, I was thinking, wow, maybe I'll see LeBron get 35 or 40. Because typically players, even if they have a hot first half, slow down. But then the third quarter happened. And then, as the third quarter was coming to a close, LeBron was dropping 3 after 3 after 3, and he was just roaring forward in scoring. The arena was absolutely on fire, to the point that he topped 50 before the fourth quarter came along, if I remember correctly. And at that point, I knew what I was watching, right? I knew I was watching a historic event, and I was shocked that I had even the chance to go to it, right, and to be there in person. But, I didn't know that it was going to be as historic as it was, because LeBron James ended that night with 61 points, which is, to this day, his career high. So, while, yes, it is possible, and actually, quite possible, although his age is 36 at the point, that he may break that someday. It is possible, right? Especially with the current rules of the NBA, which facilitate offensive play so well. But, nonetheless, to this date, it is his career high, and it's very possible that it ends as his career high. So, a few months back when I was getting into cards, I was looking at my tickets one day, and I kind of remembered it, and I saw this ticket in my pile, and I realized, oh my God, I have a ticket from the game, right? I have a ticket from the game that LeBron scored 61 points, LeBron's point high. And it's my ticket, right? That is my seat, and I must have kept it, which, that's pretty darn cool, right? So I figured, what better way to get, PSA does slab tickets. They do grade tickets. I didn't care about the grade at all. I'm never going to sell it, right? This is a great sports moment that I went to, and I doubt that I'm ever going to see another moment as significant. But I figured, why not send it off to PSA? Get it slabbed. It looks absolutely awesome in this frosted holder. It is beautiful. The ticket's not so much to look at, but you can see there on the label, 2014 Miami Heat. Full Heat 124, Bobcats 107, March 3rd, LeBron James 61 points. And it got an EX5. I actually wrote that I'd prefer them to slab it as authentic, even if it would receive a number grade, which is something they do. Evidently, they did not pay attention to my request because they graded it anyway. I don't really care about the grade, though. And actually, just from a value standpoint, at least from what I've seen, tickets don't really get impacted very much in terms of their number grade, in terms of value. The ticket market is more just about the object being real rather than the condition of it. And the reason why this got a 5 is because you can see there's like a little crease line right there. But nonetheless, it looks absolutely great. It's full. It's not been ripped on any of the perforated lines. And it's from a great sports moment. It's from one of the best sporting events that I've ever been to, and I'm so glad to have it back. I think it looks absolutely awesome like this. I'm probably going to try and find a way to display it, maybe just on these little, stands like I have it now. But yeah, it's something that I'm probably going to, keep for the rest of my life. And, talking about value, the ticket market's not anywhere near the value of sports cards, right? Tickets are not nearly as coveted by collectors, but there is somewhat of a market for them. Right? Otherwise, PSA probably wouldn't even be doing the service if there were no market for tickets and there were no such thing as ticket collecting. And, I have no idea what this ticket's worth. Again, I'm never going to sell it, but just from a standpoint of curiosity, what is it worth? I have no idea. I I think that its value is really contingent on whether LeBron surpasses 61 points before his retirement. I think at the current standpoint, it's probably worth a couple $100, but it's hard to say. I can tell you that Michael Jordan's corollary ticket, when he scored his career high of 69 points and I think 87 or 88, one of those sold on eBay raw for $1,250 a few months ago. Now, that was a little bit in the Michael Jordan hype. Also, that's a ticket from 88, 87, 88. You know, it's probably rarer than this ticket. Although I've never even seen one of these tickets, and I've looked. I've never seen one of these online, so I'm not sure what it's worth. My guess, though, is that if LeBron retires and this ticket, remains to be representative and from his career high scoring game, that it will probably be worth something in the range of $700 or $800, which is actually pretty substantial. So, if you've learned anything from today, maybe it's keep your tickets, right? They might be worth something. But anyway, thanks. Thank you for watching the video, and I hope I'll have something else for you to watch soon. Bye.